guys, it's Rach. In today's makeup tutorial, I'm going to show you two makeup looks. The first being a daytime look and then how you can transition that into more of a nighttime look. These are going to be autumn inspired or fall inspired, particularly for my northern hemisphere people who are going into that season or who are in that season. I know we are in spring here in Australia, but to be honest, I really just want to use a couple of my new Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipsticks, which I think kind of go with the fall theme, although I don't feel like you should get caught into being restricted by seasonal makeup. You can wear whatever you want. If you want to rock electric blue and bright colors in the dead of winter, you do it. And if you want to wear a dark vampy lip in the height of summer, why not? No one's going to stop you. I've certainly not. I wear whatever kind of makeup I want all year round. So if you do enjoy makeup tutorials, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I am going to stop talking now and let's get on with the tutorial. Starting off with skin today, I'm using my Henriksen Truth Serum Collagen Booster. Followed up with the Henriksen Sheer Transformation Oil Perfecting Cream, which is basically just a moisturizer. This is really nice and lightweight, perfect for oily skin girls like myself. For foundation, I'm going in with NARS Sheer Glow to give us a perfected but luminous base. I've been using the Real Techniques Multitask brush again for foundation and I'm really liking it. It's sort of big and fluffy enough to give you a really airbrushed look to the skin. Just building a little bit extra to cover up this situation down here. I think I'll come back and finish up the rest of the skin later. I'm going to move on to the brows. You guys know the drill. I'm using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil today. Just using little strokes to fill in any of the gaps and try and sort of make the shape look similar, because I find that my brows don't even want to look like they're related, let alone being grown on the same face. Don't know what it is. And then I'm going to set in place with my Surat Expressionist Brow Pomade. Just brushing upwards for a nice fluffy texture. When I think fall eyeshadow, I definitely think of warm brown tones, autumnal leaves kind of colours. So I brought out my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. One, because I just really like it, but two, because it has some gorgeous warm brown tones, which is what I'm going to be using on my eyes today. Really simple. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is a MAC 224, starting off with this light warm brown shade there. You really want just a minimal amount, and I'm going to be running this through the crease. Just really buffing that in. You know what, I'd actually planned on taking this shade first and running that all over the eye, so I'm going to do that on this side and I'm going to sort of work backwards because that was a stuffer. See, this is real life. Now I could have edited that out and started all again, but it's just the way it is. Isn't that always the case? But sometimes when you're doing your makeup, like you planned on using a primer and then you put your foundation on and realize that you were supposed to use the primer, stuff like that. Happens to me all the time. So same brush, since it's my mission in life to have to wash as little brushes as possible, but this will just mean that all the eyeshadows can blend easily. Next, to really amp up that warmth, same brush again, I'm going into this sort of reddened brown shade. This is probably the warmest color of the bunch. You really want to do just a small amount to begin with and sort of place that in the same area. I'm not quite bringing it up as high. I'm keeping it a little bit more contained, but still really diffused. Find these eyeshadows blend really, really well, so if you just keep on working with them, they will eventually sort of fade out into nothing and give you that really like hazy look. Once you've blended that out to your heart's content, I'm going to take the 227 Luxe Soft Definer from Zoeva. Yes, I'm dirtying a second brush. I just wanted something a little bit more precise, and then I'm going in with this lighter brown tone here. And I'm going to work this sort of on the outer half of the lid, just to deepen this area a little bit. Kind of keeping the colour sort of contained to this side of the eye, which will give your eyes a little bit more of an almond shape, make them look a little bit more exotic. Also sort of running this on the lower lash line. The great thing about this palette is that the colours sort of all go together really, really nicely. And to be perfectly honest, I really had no idea exactly what eyeshadows I was going to use for this video. I'm just kind of winging it, but it's working and I like that. Going in with a slightly more tapered brush, this is the Sigma Small Tapered Blending E45. I'm going to take this Bone shade here and I'm going to just pop this in the inner corner for a little bit of light without it being too sort of bright, shimmery, contrasting. It's just like a really nice daytime inner corner highlight. You can pop some of that right at the arch of the brow as well. Then while we've got this brush out, I'm going to just deepen the lash line a little bit further. I'm going to take this chocolate brown shade right at the end here, just a small amount, tapping off the excess. And I'm just going to run this right along the outer part of the lower lash line, just to deepen it ever so slightly. I'm also using this right on the outer part of the lower lash line as well, just to tie everything together. Once that's done, I'm going back to our Zoeva sort of mid-sized brush, original light brown shade, just a little bit right on the tip, and I'm just running this all the way along the lower lash line just to blend that out. You can sort of smoke it down as much as you'd like. Really depends on how much eyeshadow you go for daytime. You do you. If this is too much, you can totally skip it. Lastly, I'm going back to that MAC 224, the original brush, and just doing one final blend. I'm tightlining just the upper lash line with a black pencil, just so there's no skin peeking through. Then I'm going to load up my top and bottom lashes with some mascara. We're going to clean up any mistakes like they never happened and move on to the face. Okay, I'm going to conceal under my eyes with a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 15 Fair. Just blending that out with a Real Techniques domed shadow brush. You can also just use that to clean up your edges of your eyeshadow if you need to. I'm actually going to pop a little bit more of that just down the center of the face for a little bit of highlighting, nothing too dramatic since it is a daytime look. To set that all in place, I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Perfection Powder. I find this to be really nice and smoothing without being cakey at all, which is lovely. Same brush, I am going to pop on a little bit of highlighter. This is the Laura Mercier Baked Highlighter 01. Really nice daytime highlight, I find. I'm just kind of putting this on tops of the cheekbones and a little bit down the center of the face. It's really natural. Really like this one. Great for those of you who don't like your really intense kind of shimmery like Mary Luminizer or Becca highlights. Dusting off that same brush because I am super lazy. This is the Sigma Tapered F35 brush. I'm going to go in with my Master Sculpt palette from Maybelline. This is in the number 2 medium dark shade. A little bit of the contour color. I'm just going to run this along my contour line, along the bottoms of my cheekbones. Bring back some color and definition to the face. Kind of following that line when I do that down and then like sort of almost brushing it down. So keep on following that contour in. I want to keep this really light, but so I am buffing it out quite a bit. Also going to do a little bit of jaw sculpting to hide the chins, multiple of them. Sticking with our autumnal colours, I am using my favourite fall blush, which is NARS Sin. This doesn't look like much in the pan, but it is a stunning, stunning blush that, to be honest, I use all year round. It's so pretty. For daytime, I want to keep the lips a little bit lighter, but still go for those really nice sort of neutral brown tones. This is the lipstick Very Victoria by Charlotte Tilbury, one of the Matte Revolution lipsticks. A must-have in my opinion. I love this colour. So that completes the daytime portion of this autumn makeup look. I really like the way that it's turned out. I feel like it looks not too over the top, just polished and pretty and autumnal, and I really like it. I hope you guys do too. The first step in amping up this look is to add some eyeliner. I'm actually going to go for a colour. This is the MAC Fluid line in Great Dame, which is this gorgeous kind of burgundy, blackened plum kind of shade. Really like this colour, particularly for the fall time. Using my winged liner EO6, I'm going to draw a line all the way across, thickening it up towards the outer part of my eye. And then I'm going to just wing it out, connecting that line back in. Once you've got that as even as you're going to get them, I'm actually going to take a small amount and I'm going to work it into the brush using the cap. I'm actually going to pop this on the lower waterline as well. If you have sensitive eyes or you're worried about this kind of thing, you can totally skip this step. Just use a pencil liner or a black or a brown or whatever colour you happen to have. I feel like dark liner on the lower lash line just really does scream kind of like more of a nighttime look. Especially for me, since I don't wear liner on the lower lash line that often. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of black liquid liner. This one is from Physicians Formula. It's just like a pen. And I'm going to just run a really thin line right across the lashes just to further sort of ground the look. I originally hadn't planned on adding any more eyeshadow, but if you really do want to deepen up the look that little bit further, I'm going to go in with a tapered eyeshadow brush again and take a little bit of this quite dark brown shade here. I might actually mix that with this chocolate brown so it kind of keeps its warmth. Tapping off the excess, and I'm just going to apply this right in the outer part of the crease. Really just placing the eyeshadow. Then going back in with our domed fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend this in. Pulling that colour across. As a final touch, you could obviously add lashes. I want to add just a little bit, so I'm going to use these sort of half lashes or third lashes out of this Eyelure texture set here, just for a little bit of extra flutteriness at the end. While the lashes are drying, I'm going to amp up the colour on my face just a touch with a little bit of bronzer. This one is from Tarte. It's the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer. Just sweeping this on the cheeks and a little bit across the forehead. When I know I am going to be wearing a darker lip, I like the rest of my face just to have a little bit of extra colour. I find that it just balances out a little bit better. That makes sense? I'm also going to amp up the highlight a little bit because it's nighttime and I want to glow. This is the Becca Pressed Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I was about to say pearl, it's Moonstone. Just on the tops of the cheekbones. A little bit on the tip of the nose. Actually, a little bit in the inner corner wouldn't go astray either. And last but not least, the lips. Vampy lips, burgundy lips, merlot lips, they're all really in this season, and I kind of have two colours that I want to use. I have Love Liberty, which is a really gorgeous berry shade, and then I also have Walk of Shame, which is another one of the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipsticks. This one's a little bit more browny red, whereas this is a little bit more like berry red. I'm going to start off with Love Liberty, and then we may add a little bit in because why not? Isn't it such a pretty colour? These lipsticks are probably a touch on the pricey side, maybe a little bit overpriced, but the feel of them and the colours and the packaging and everything is just so pretty. And they're so comfortable to wear. Being that these are a dark lipstick, you should probably apply with a brush, but I'm being lazy. Do as I say, not as I do. If you want to apply with a brush for a little bit more precision, go for it. So that's Love Liberty on its own. I really love this look. I'm going to pop on a little bit of this one, Walk of Shame, just to see how it goes for the science of it. Ooh, that makes it like a little bit more red. So that brings us to the end of the nighttime portion of this video, and I guess the whole tutorial in general. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like this look is really fun and playful. It has that sultriness to it, but then you also have that pop of color on the eyeliner, which is something a little bit unexpected. For a list of all the products that I used, they will be in the description box, as well as all my social media links. Make sure you come say hi to me there. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more so you don't miss more future videos. I'm going to be doing some spring summer looks as well for those of you in the southern hemisphere. And other than that, I hope you guys are all just having an awesome day, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye! There's a child outside my window right now on the street having a major hissy fit. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's really loud. She's not happy about something. I swear to goodness, these little baby hairs, no matter how much I use a headband, they still get in my way. It's a really good use for a little eyebrow spoolie butt, just to brush the baby hairs out of your face. I'm going to be using, so I've broken out my oh my gosh, my Kat Von D shade and light palette, not my oh jeez, it's going to be one of those days.